What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to Bananas Epic Gaming, and we are on episode number 21 of Cage Talk. Today's episode is going to be something that most of you guys have been expecting. It is a 7-round mock draft for the Arizona Cardinals. If you're new to the channel, please become a subscriber and hit the like button, tap the little bell on the YouTube app so you guys never miss an upload, and let's get to the draft. Remember, this is my personal opinion on who I would love to see the Cardinals draft from rounds 1 through 7. I'm not going to do any trades, so no trades. Here we go. The Arizona Cardinals have the 8th pick in the draft. Now, the Cardinals could trade down with a team that's in love with the QB that is there. Or we could take an offensive lineman, which would be good. Or we can get another playmaker on defense. But I see us fixing our defense, a few more pieces in the defense. Fixing the O-line. Because our O-line, we need like a tackle and maybe a guard. Because we got our center of the future in Lamont Gilliard. He's a good center. Mason Cole is good. We got Humphreys in a contract year. We got Justin Pugh, and we got Max Garcia, and we have J.R. Swayze at guard. So we're like a tackle away from having a decently good offensive line. Defensive line, on the other hand, we need like maybe a right end and another younger D tackle. But I have us going wide receiver. Yes, our wide receivers are okay. We got Christian Kirk, who had a tremendous rookie season, and he had a okay sophomore season. He's right now at 111 receptions and 1,299 receiving yards and 6 TDs, and he has 128 rushing and 203 returning yards. We have Larry Legend coming back for another season. This man, if he comes back another 2 seasons, he will get the reception record, I believe. We have Andy Isabella, who didn't do that much. He's the guy that we traded Josh Rosen for. He's the person that we drafted. So he's always going to be compared to Rosen, in my mind. He only had 1 touchdown and 189 receiving yards and 105 return yards. We have Hakeem Butler, who should be coming back from injury. And we have Keyshawn Johnson and Trent Sheffield and Pariah Cooper and Demir Bird as our wide receivers. We don't have that true number 1 wide receiver for when Larry retires. And that is exactly what we're going to get right now. So, with the 8th pick of the 2020 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals proudly select wide receiver CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. And I'm going to tell you why we took CeeDee Lamb over Jude right now. So this is the most common projection that the Cardinals have right now because of the connection between CeeDee Lamb and Kyler Murray. CeeDee Lamb played in a similar offense, and the Cardinals, we do need a true number 1 receiver because Larry Fitzgerald is on his way out. This pick may surprise some of you, seeing Lamb come off the board before Alabama's Jerry Jeudy. But I wouldn't be surprised to see some teams have CeeDee rated higher than Jerry. One team that could have that is Arizona, who would love to pair Lamb with his college quarterback and his college best friend, Kyler Murray. This tandem would make this kind of magic that they made in Oklahoma amazing. Could you imagine Lamb, Fitz, and Kirk and Isabella with Keenan Drake? Woohoo! Lamb also had 62 receptions for 1,327 receiving yards and 14 TDs this past season. That is a playmaker, and that is exactly what Arizona needs on offense, and that's exactly what we're going to get with him. Now on to the next pick. So the Arizona Cardinals are back on the clock, and I believe they have the 40th pick of the second round. And with that being said, they are really lucky because they get a position of need. So with the 40th pick of the 2020 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Austin Jackson, offensive tackle, USC. So Austin Jackson might be a first-round pick, or he might be an early day 2 pick. He's an early day 2 pick only because the offensive lineman might get pushed down because of the amount of prospects. The link between Austin and Arizona is pretty good because Cliff Kingsbury wants a tall, athletic offensive tackle, and Austin Jackson is 6'6", and his 40 time is not that good, but is okay. It's 5.40. This fills in a much needed need for Arizona. Yes, it could go offensive line in the draft, or they can go offensive line in free agency, but they get a wide receiver and they get an offensive tackle, and that's two of the top needs in the first 2 picks. And now in round 3, they can take the best player available on their board. So now you can have Austin Jackson, DJ Humphries, Sweezy, Pugh, and one of the centers. You can bring A.Q. Shipley back even if you want to. And now your offensive line looks better. And now Kyle Murray can have time to throw. And when Kyle Murray has time to throw, watch out because he will be unstoppable. Arizona is only a few key pieces away on offense. Now on to pick number 3 of the 3rd round. So the Arizona Cardinals have not had a good tight end in a long time. Yes, we bring in good free agents and all that, but we have not had a good rookie tight end. And years, I can't remember the last good rookie tight end we have. Luckily, we find a guy that we want. He's on the board. He's a round 2, round 3 talent. We're not going to take the risk of him not being there for round 4 and draft somebody else. We're going to get our guy. We're going to get our tight end of the future that can grow with Lamb, that can grow with Isabella and Kirk and Murray. So, with their 3rd round pick, the Arizona Cardinals select tight end Thaddeus Moss out of the national champions LSU Tigers. Does the last name Moss sound familiar? Well, it should, because Thaddeus Moss is the son of the legend Randy Moss. Thaddeus is a 6'3", 250-pound tight end who's a mismatch in that what teams want in a tight end. Unlike what you might be picturing right now, the younger Moss is a accomplished pass blocker and a physical player overall. He's a physical player up the middle of the field. This isn't your diva tight end who's afraid of contact. He's a 3-down talent. Thaddeus declared, I believe, right after LSU won the national championship. I would love to see Thaddeus in red and white, wouldn't you? Thaddeus holds a record at LSU for 42 receptions and 534 yards and 2 touchdowns at tight end. Come on, Arizona, let's make this happen. Let's get the Moss in red and white. Now on to the 4th round. In the 4th round, the Arizona Cardinals are going to go to the defensive side of the ball, and surprisingly, there's a star player still here. So in the 4th round of the 2020 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Nick Coe, defensive end out of Auburn University. So Nick Coe record 15 tackles and 0 sacks in a disappointing season in 2019. But did play in the Iron Bowl against Alabama. So as to say that Nick has a good skill set with a lot of ability, but raw and lacks consistency. and doesn't play up to his full physical potential. He is definitely should return for his senior year in college, if you ask me. But he's going to be entering the NFL draft, and he's skipping his final season at Auburn. Nick, since he didn't have that good of a season in 2019, that's why he fell all the way to the 4th round. He's my 13th ranked defensive end overall. Arizona gets a good defensive player. Maybe Cliff Kingsbury and Vance Joseph can groom him, and he can play with Chandler Jones, and Chandler Jones can have another defensive end, and he can play linebacker again. Now on to the 5th round. In the 5th round, Arizona is going to stay on the defensive side of the ball and get some more depth at defensive back. So with their 5th round pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Lamar Jackson, defensive back out of Nebraska. So, as a senior this past season, Jackson totaled 40 tackles with 3 interceptions, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, 12 pass defended. In 2018, he had 28 stops, 2 picks, and 7 breaks-ups. Jackson is a big cornerback who is a good athlete, but is soft versus the run and is not really a playmaker in coverage. Given that he's a soft defender, he isn't a candidate to move to safety, unfortunately. His only fit is a press man corner. Arizona could use this, and he could learn behind Patrick Peterson, and hopefully he can grow as an athlete, because the Cardinals need some more playmakers than the defensive backfield. And they're going to take a risk on this young man, Lamar Jackson. Now on to the next pick. Now the Arizona Cardinals are going to go back to the offensive side of the ball and get another playmaker on their offense, and this time it's going to be a running back. So with their 6th round pick of the 2020 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select J.J. Taylor, running back out of U of A, Arizona University. So J.J. Taylor is a 3-down starter in the NFL. He's been given some media hype as an early round projection, but him being here is a blessing in disguise for him. He is 5'6", weighs 185. His 40 is 4.53. Now, after the college season is over, he's listed as a round 3 to 5. Earlier in the year, he was listed as around 2 to 4. Taylor averages 4.9 yards a carry. He had 721 yards and had 5 touchdowns on the ground. He had 32 receptions for 269 as well. Last season combined, his entire time at the U of A combined, he had 1,434 yards and 6 scores. JJ is a sleeper prospect who some teams may be eyeing as a rotational back who can function well in a certain role. If Arizona is really getting rid of David Johnson, J.J. Taylor is a okay answer for the time being until we can get somebody else. So we can have Drake, Taylor, and the other person. Now on to the last round, the 7th round. So with our last pick, the Arizona Cardinals are going to get another offensive lineman. And this person can play guard and tackle. So with their 7th round pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Alex Givens out of Ole Miss. He's going to be playing guard. Alex Givens started a right tackle for Ole Miss in 2019. He had a slow start after back surgery in the summer, limited him in training camp, but he rounded into form over the course of the season. Givens could have medical red flags given his back injury. Givens settled at guard during his sophomore year and had a quality season blocking for the Rebels. As a freshman, he rotated into the game and made all 5 starts at right tackle. Givens could improve in the NFL as this time goes on. The red flags are the reason why he fell all the way to the last round. Arizona gets a heck of a player and another offensive lineman to add to the rotation. Okay, everybody, that is it. Thank you guys for joining us. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace.